that is IndusInd Bank. That stock is in focus, of course, after the board appointed EY to carry out a second forensic audit to investigate for fraud. Harsh joins in with some highlights on this. Harsh.
Well, yes, as per news reports, EY has been appointed as to conduct a second forensic audit on IndusInd Bank. Well, EY is going to, as per reports again, EY is going to investigate a 600 crore discrepancy related to accrual of interest in the microfinance portfolio. This is purely relating to FY25 discrepancy and likely a Q2 or Q3 discrepancy in FY25, and therefore this doesn't relate to past periods. But the amount nonetheless is decently large. It's 1% roughly of IndusInd Bank's net worth. Mind you, they've already taken a hit of around 2.27% on the net worth, given the 1580 crore post-tax hit that they have taken from their derivatives portfolio discrepancy. Now this is the other one. EY is also going to check for lapses and fix accountability as part of whatever reports are suggesting, and reports also suggest that it's not an issue which spans multiple years, and they're also going to investigate fraud if any. On the back of that, of course, stock reaction in front of you.
An issue which spans, it's not an issue which spans multiple years. What does that mean? I mean, how do you have a 600 crore hole in your microfinance book after a problem with your derivatives book in any case? So, which is why you're seeing that 3.5% downer on IndusInd Bank. But Harsh, financials are in focus. IndusInd Bank is one side of the story, but financials is in focus because of what the RBI has done, isn't it?
Well, yes, absolutely. And, you know, the key positive here is that RBI is doing all it can to improve the liquidity in the system. Now, in terms of what views from the analyst community is coming through with regard to the revised LCR norms, and this is obviously a very key positive. Morgan Stanley, first off, they believe that the norms itself should aid loan growth by 1 to 2% within the system. Now, this is significant because loan growth is slowing, and this will, of course, help loan growth going forward. There's also expected to be some amount of margin accretion as a result of the freed up liquidity. 2 to 4 basis points within the system, margins will go up. Of course, will be different for different players. Likely beneficiaries will be some of the larger banks. That's what analysts seem to be suggesting, not Morgan Stanley. This is what analysts seem to be suggesting. Now, third is that Morgan Stanley believes that some benefits will percolate in FY26, so will be upfronted, and then most of them from FY27, because this is effective only from 1st April 2027. Macquarie also very similar views. 140 to 160 basis points improvement with regard to loan growth is what they believe this will lead to. They're expecting around 2.5 to 3 lakh crore rupees freed up in terms of system liquidity, which is again significant because liquidity has been so crunched over the last at least year or so. And they also welcome these kind of moves within the current environment, especially given the likelihood of a weaker loan growth. So they believe that this will obviously aid the loan growth number, which is a positive. CLSA also, they've increased the system-wide liquidity by 2.5 lakh crore. As per their estimates, that's what this will impact. In terms of PAT, they don't believe there'll be a significant impact, but sentimentally will be extremely positive as per CLSA. So CLSA not really building a PAT impact as a result of this. But Morgan Stanley and Macquarie building both a profitability impact as well as a growth impact as a result of all of this. Clearly positive with regard to where banks is concerned.